Hello again, and glad you've tuned in to us today. Let's get started. So, today we're going to discuss community disaster education. We've already talked a little bit about training of first responders and emergency managers, but others in the community need increased understanding. Therefore, it's essential that all individuals, groups, and organizations in our jurisdiction know what can happen and how to react effectively. Our goal today is to comprehend why an emergency manager would want to take time out of his or her busy schedule to educate the community about disasters. E.L. Quarantelli is a very famous disaster scholar who founded the Disaster Research Center at Ohio State University, which is now at the University of Delaware. He stated that everyday people and victims provide a large reservoir of human, material, and social resources that are potentially usable in disaster situations. So he wants us to train people so that they can prevent and mitigate disasters. These are key participants in preparedness, and they determine in large measure our success in response and recovery operations. So there's a lot of information and knowledge that we can share with people in our communities. What hazards can occur? We could talk about fire safety, whether it's having a smoke detector or knowing how to use a fire extinguisher. We could discuss first aid kits, the need to obtain food and water storage, how to shut off gas lines, how to create an emergency kit, and how to be self-sufficient or help others when a disaster occurs. Such information could be shared with kids or adolescents in school, with church parishioners, with your colleagues who work in businesses in the local community, with Red Cross volunteers or scouting troops, with nursing home residents, really anyone who wants to listen and wants to learn more about disasters. There are a variety of means whereby you can share information with the public. For instance, you could put information about disasters or emergency management in brochures and utility bills when they're sent out. You could also post information on the emergency management websites or utilize social media. And I believe these are two untapped opportunities that emergency managers really need to focus on going forward. You could take advantage of speaking opportunities at school, church, community groups, or in front of the United Way. And of course, there's community fairs that you could participate in. I went to one recently and my grandkids got to sit in an ambulance and learn more about fire safety. There were activities to learn about seat belts and other information about disaster preparedness for kids and adults alike. Training for community emergency response teams is another helpful way to assist your jurisdiction in preparing for disasters. This is detailed training for individuals who want to come together and learn more about disasters and terrorism, fire suppression, search and rescue, basic first aid, and how to shut off gas lines. CERT teams are extremely vital in the sense that first responders cannot be everywhere and assist everyone after a disaster occurs. People will need to be independent, and CERT teams can help in that regard. As we've implied, it's critical to understand that emergency managers can't do everything alone. It's important that they get others involved, and this can happen through community disaster education. As we talk to individuals and families and groups and organizations in our jurisdiction, they can help us to mitigate and prepare for disasters and also increase the capacity to respond and recover. Keep that in mind and have a great day.